Psalms, a banquet of praise, a feast of wisdom, a dance of utter devotion. The Psalms, or firewords as I like to call them, are pure poetry, and they have been igniting the flames of our worship for centuries. These 150 fire-filled heart words of love can be found radiating into all aspects of Jewish and Christian worship, both historically and in the modern day. From David, the sweet psalmist of Israel, to psalms that ring aloud in our synagogues and churches, to our own contemporary worship, and all sorts of celebrations in between. Each syllable invites us to enter into the liturgy of love with love itself, the ultimate poet, the Word. Do you know the power of the Word, the power of a word? God spoke, and there was. Words create, words shape, words unfurl worlds. They are far more powerful than either you or I realise, my friends. And so I must ask myself, where have all the poets gone? Must we reside purely in the pages of dust-gathering books on a shelf, or in the fading phrases of a greetings card placed temporarily on a mantelpiece a few times a year? Must we be presented only to eulogise one deceased or one newborn? What about to exalt and extol the one who is life-giving and ever-living? And so, now I must ask you, church leaders, worship leaders, pastors, ministers, people without titles, people without faces, friends and lovers of God, where have all the poets gone? Where are they in our teams? Where are they to praise and prophesy? Where are they to create and shape? Where are they to govern and guide? Where are they to preach and proclaim? Where are they to refresh and revive? For there is much treasure to be mined from the determined devotions of our poet friends, the ones who speak and scribe in fire and with fire, the heralds of the firewords. Voices of fire are coming to enkindle a new sound of worship. It is time to bring your voice fireside and join in the party of poetry that is coming. So, all of this now sparks the question, how? How do we bring poetry back into the church and back into worship, back into our lives? Well, there is no 5-step plan for success here, no poetry school to attend, no poetry conferences. We must first understand that God is a poet, and you, lovely friends, are his poem. Poetry lives in you, and you in it. It's been there all this time. The poetry of the Lord was on his lips the day he spoke creation into being. The poetry of the Lord was on his hands the day he sculpted you out of the earth. And so, you yourself, with help from the Holy Spirit who leads us into all truth, and the first and last poet himself, must reach down into the depths of your being, where there lay in wait words and sounds and rhymes, beautiful things beyond human comprehension or intellect. From there, you must draw out a poem and declare it for his glory. As you see, at this point, it's not about ability. It's not about gifting. It's not about your calling. It's not even about whether you like or dislike poetry, whether you understand it or whether it understands you. It's about your heart. A heart that beats and pulses with praise, prophecy, wisdom, prayer and utter devotion to the Lord. It's about love. So, if you want to bring poetry into your worship team, your community, or one of my personal favourites, your living room, you need to use that voice that you were given to do so. cannot expect to lead people where you yourself have not already gone. You cannot expect poets to suddenly pop up in ready-made posies dotted around your congregation, charged with confidence and passion. Most poets don't know it yet. And I see this is where you come in. Someone needs to decide that poetry, both the written and spoken word, has a place on earth here today as it surely does in heaven. Will you be that someone? You see, many of the poets have been sleeping, long since discarded, used only for entertainment purposes, to document hallmark feelings, to make teenagers suffer in seemingly irrelevant literature exams, or to sing of the fortunes and failures of mankind. But God, in His vastness, His infinity, His boundlessness, surely has many more adventures in mind for our poet friends in the age to come. Will you encourage them? Will you rouse them from their slumber? Will you hold space for a poet as he or she arises and shines? Will you become that poet, even if it's just for a time? Make a space for poetry, and poetry will make a space for you. Make poetry important to you, and poetry will become important to your congregation. There is no more waiting, no more talking about it, no more idealising about it. There is little more to be said than this. Dream it, imagine it, create it, speak it, share it, enjoy it, as the master poet enjoys you, his poem. This poetry pilgrimage will feel both like an expression of deepest intimacy and oneness with the Lord, and, at times starting out, one of the loneliest places of praise for the poet without a family to belong to. So, where have all the poets gone? Why, of course they were here, right here, all along, searching for a place to belong.